A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening to yet another edition of For Light and Dice. We rejoin our heroes on Jedha, specifically, Coriel, Lysander, and Zero. And, well, things are about to get a little bit messy. Listen and find out why.
Perfect. I'll download the information just so I have, easier access as opposed to having to use a physical card because, I have four hands and gotta hold things and, don't want to waste one hand on a key card.
I think in the cafeteria, someone is trying to offer Orcus food, and Zero goes, "No, he doesn't need that. I recently learned he can actually sustain himself."
Orcus frowns and he says, "Yeah, it doesn't mean it tastes good."
When they had separated from Coriel, Lysander had started fiddling with his little wrist pad thing again, and it contacts 1 and 2 through messages like, "Hey, I once again am asking because while Coriel is not on the cavalcade, to find the thing that he took from me." It is.
We gave you two of them.
No, it's a bigger little pyramid thing. You'll know it when you see it. It's bigger. It's black and silver.
You can hear them kind of like rummaging through things, and one of them's making a humming along to some kind of simple melody, and one of them says,
I think we found something.
and then all of a sudden you hear a scream, an electrical jolt, and then one signal goes down, and two says,
Oh, one is all smoky.
That's not good.
There is a door that will not open.
Of course Coriel would do that.
Of course, I would lock the door.
Zero, and Lysander looks at Zero, and Orcus presumably having that little conversation too about
No, he's fine. You don't need to feed him. I promise, he'll be all right.
Zero, please watch Orcus for a second. I need to check on 1 and 2. Something happened to 1, I think. I'll be right back.
I mean, I can just contact them.
It's okay. Everything's fine. I'll be right back. Stay here.
Okay.
Does the cavalcade send me a UI ping? Door alert.
No, it does not. That's been shorted out too, I guess, according to this natural one I just rolled.
Oh no!
Oh, everything's fine.
Everything's Lysander goes back to the squonk. And
so Lysander, so you get back to the squonk, there's some terrible melted plastic smell.
Oh no.
And you come around the corner and it looks, you can see one is just rolling around on the ground and there's black smoke coming out of it. And two's
hello, one?
Oh no. Oh, Lysander goes to check on 1.
Make a technology roll.
Oh god. This dice has been kind to me today. Hold on. It's technology. Except for right now, it's a 5.
It looks like he is damaged, but you don't know why or what or how badly.
Oh, Gauze is gonna be so upset with me. Oh, Lysander rolls 1 back over to like their little charging little spot. Like maybe
Okay.
just plug 1 in.
2 says,
Is one gonna be okay?
I hope so. How did this happen to?
We found this door in Korea's home, and it won't open, and there's a big dial with buttons in front of it.
Show me.
he floats over. He takes you into the cavalcade, and there's like this. I'm assuming a thick, sophisticated safe in the ship.
I'm gonna use my little force power, sense force. That's just like, for the duration of the time, I can like sense if like any like force.
Just because it's one of Coriel's things, I'm going to say it's imbued with the Force.
I'm gonna cast break.
Okay, what does that do?
That's another force ability where I can inflict 10 force damage to an object I see that's, not being worn or carried. Yeah.
Okay, roll damage. Oh, is this 10 automatic?
Yeah, because there's no creatures or anything that would have to roll like any saving throws. It's just the object.
Yeah, it looks like you can affect it a little bit, but it doesn't do nearly enough damage to get through the save.
Looks at 2, debating about whether want to ask 2 to try and get into the save, considering what just happened to 1.
Do you let me try again?
I don't want you to get hurt like 1.
He's hurt?
No, 1 is just taking a little nap, I hope. Squonk! Goes back into the squonk.
Squonk says, yes.
Do you know anything about cracking safes?
I can give you a full historical reference to famous safe breaking and heists as well.
I don't know if I have the time to read all that right now.
Knowledge is power, I am told.
Yeah. But also, again, I don't know if I have enough time for that right now. 2.
Yeah?
Will you help me try and get in this safe?
Let me try it.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, Lysander?
Oh no. That's not bad. I don't have any modifiers, so 15.
What was it?
A 15.
That is the exact number you needed.
Oh.
So 2 taps into the safe, and all this electrical energy starts surging through 2. 2 shakes a little bit, but then you see like the bottom part of 2's body moves, moves clockwise, and it looks like it's taking this energy and readapting it. 2 just goes ooh, and all of a sudden a surge of energy blasts out from 2's body. You see this coming, and you're able to like jump down, avoiding the blast entirely. But then there is a massive explosion, and the cavalcade is destroyed.
Oh! Is 2 okay?
2 is fine.
I did it! I finally did it!
What did you
Are
do?
you okay? Were you in the cavalcade?
Yeah, and Lysander, you had to jump out of the cavalcade.
What did you do?
I don't know. That is my purpose.
What do you mean that is your purpose?
My maker called me a seed.
What? A seed? For what?
That's what 3 told me. I don't know.
Have you been in contact with 3 recently?
Not in a while.
Okay, that's one good thing, but oh no. What? Oh no, what?
Coriel is running.
Yeah, so the explosion sound is very loud, and the alarms go off in the entire palace, and you can see that there are fire alarm droids and extinguisher droids flying up, and they fly up to the platform to start turning it off. Battle droids run up to and are at full attention,
Is the
wondering if
squawk
they had just
okay?
been attacked. The squawk's fine.
Did the safe open?
How visible was this explosion? Jedha's like very tense, right?
Yeah, all of Jeddah saw it. Yeah. Actually, the safe is still closed.
God damn. So,
You can tell when I build something, it works, but because, I didn't build the cavalcade, it broke first.
Yeah. Several of the temple guards show up as well, and they walk up to you, Lysander, or they shout at you from outside of the squawk, saying, "Are you okay in there? What happened?"
Lysander, before turning around to like face them, like takes a deep breath and is just like, I don't know. I came back to check on one of my droids because they were sending me a message saying something was wrong, and then the cavalcade exploded.
Can you make a deception roll?
I love the passive voice there.
Yeah, deception? A 19.
The guards seem to acknowledge your statement, and they order other droids to please clean up and extinguish any loose fires. You can hear other guards barking orders to get folks away from the platform. And the one that you were talking to says, "Sir, we're going to ask you to leave the platform now so we can clean this place and secure the area. Authorities will be here soon."
Yes, of course. I completely understand. 2,
Yeah?
come here.
He floats with you.
2, I need you to wipe your memory of the last 5 minutes.
What memory?
I'm not sure if that's because you actually have done it or you're okay. You yeah,
Can we
I
say
won't
that
talk
we
about anything.
run up at this time?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we have Zero and Orcus also would have ran, I would assume, upon hearing the explosion. Could we have arrived?
Orcus doesn't seem to react at all. Like he kind of notices that people distract, and he's like, "Yeah, this is the time." And he walks over to get some roast beef.
He has his priorities.
All right, Zero will.
God, I hate that I love Orcus so much. It's making this so much more difficult.
I think once Zero arrives and sees the explosion, they look, put their fists in the air and go, "It wasn't me this time!"
Zero.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Something happened with one. I was trying to plug them back in to see if that would help, and the cavalcade exploded.
My ship!
Oh.
What?
You say one blew up the cavalcade?
What did what?
No, one short-circuited, and I was trying to plug one back into the squonk to see if that would help with whatever was going on.
Immediately I'm going to probe mind 2.
Okay. You 2 has no memory of the past couple minutes, so when you probe its mind, there's a sudden a moment of blackout.
I don't remember anything.
Where is one now? I might be able to repair them.
There.
The temple guard says, we need everyone off the platform now. We will secure your ship.
One of our friends is on there, I think.
You're a droid.
Yeah.
He just gives you like a look, and he looks over to Lysander and Coriel and just says, "Please leave the leave the platform."
Wow, this is a really regressive.
Wow. Yeah, I
version.
thought
Yeah.
these were like droid folks.
Yeah.
Well, they're not like that. They're like, we don't really want anybody poking around the ship right now.
Zero, one should be okay. I don't think the squonk was damaged.
Yeah, it's a very sturdy ship.
Yeah.
So I should say now is probably not the best time to tell you, but the Signal Mother said we're allowed to stay here as long as we don't break any rules, and then we're out on our asses and reported to the Jedha.
Is blowing up the well, no one blew up the ship on purpose. It just happened.
Uh-huh.
Wait, are we gonna get arrested?
Probably not. But they certainly will complicate matters.
Temple guard kind of looks over at you when you say that and says, "That's going to be up to the Jedi to decide."
What? But you guys aren't Why are the Jedi in charge? Isn't this like your spot?
Because they are in charge of security at Jedha.
Everyone's security?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Well, it's a good news the Hutts and Jedha don't talk.
Everything will be okay. Everything is fine.
Yeah, so
Look, we've known some. We met some decent Jedi. Maybe they're more of the Orla variety here.
One can only hope.
hey, Lysander,
Yes.
quick question. What was one doing in the cavalcade?
I don't know if one was in the cavalcade when I got to the ship. One was just already out. That's why two contacted me.
Mm. So then, what happened to the cavalcade?
That's what I'd like to know. And hopefully the authorities will find out too.
Oh, okay. So you got there, the cavalcade wasn't blown up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were there, and then the cavalcade blew up, but you don't know what happened.
Yeah, 'cause-
That's what you're.
yes.
That's what you're going with.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the story that you're telling me.
I was
right
plugging
now.
one back into their charging station.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cavalcade exploded.
The cavalcade exploded.
Yep.
I see my safe still up there. That's nice.
Is it?
At least we have that. Small miracles. Not my entire life, isn't completely gone.
Yeah, what's
as
that
it
stuff
were.
made of? I might want to get like reinforced with some of that.
It is a Beskar alloy that I won and turned into a safe.
Beskar.
The
Yes.
stuff
Is that-
Mandalorians use to make their armor?
Yes.
What's a
They were not
Mandalorian?
pleased. So it's actually kind of funny. Imagine the Jedi, but the opposite of a Jedi. So instead of being a peace-loving wizard with a sword, they're warriors with invincible armor. It's a weird mix. You'd think, the Jedi would have Beskar and the Mandalorians would have the sword that can cut through anything. But no, it's the opposite.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. They're off killing each other right now.
Right now?
Well, yeah.
I heard that
Probably. It's what they do.
I heard the
Interesting.
Mandalorians have been quiet recently.
Quietly killing each other, yes.
Well, at least they're not being, overly noisy about it.
That is, appreciated.
I think we should all just appreciate that 1 and 2 are okay.
Well, 2 is.
I'd like to think that 1 will be okay.
Yeah, we've probably hung around on this platform a bit too long, though.
We're like
Yeah,
Where else are we going to
the
go?
guards are still there, like staring at you all, like they haven't left yet. What's
I
happening?
think we're like slowly kind of inching away.
Yeah.
It's a very Midwestern
This
goodbye.
conversation. This conversation is in the elevator, in the lift. Yeah, cool. Love that just is gone now. Oh, Criff. Forgot to renew the insurance.
Meanwhile, back in the cafeteria, grabbing his roast beef, Orcus observes as people run around in a panic. This sort of thing must not happen very often in Jedha, at least in this temple. All is a pity. Before he consumes any of this delicious meat, he takes his right hand and moves his hand into his mouth down his throat, eventually pulling out what looks like a sort of communicator. Of course, covered in saliva and all sorts of other bodily fluids, but I won't get into that much further. Orcus looks around carefully to make sure he isn't being watched, and then activates the communicator and says, "Lorna, my plan worked. It's time. We're on Jedha. Come get me." Hey everybody, thank you for listening to yet another edition of For Light and Dice. As always, we really appreciate it that you're listening to us and going on this adventure with us. Most of the music on this show is composed by Grushkov. As always, you can find their music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and any other place where you can buy digital files. Strongly recommend their music. They have created a lot of amazing music inspired by the High Republic book series, and I think even some other things. So they definitely check them out. Also, we do have a Discord server that is free for anybody to join. If you go to our Twitter X account at For Light and Dice, the link is on our profile there. Click on that, you can go ahead and join. Members of our community, the whole cast, hang out there and talk almost every single day. So definitely recommend checking that out. Also, most importantly, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our podcast, leave a review, leave a comment. Whatever podcast platform you use, there's usually a way to leave some kind of feedback. We would really appreciate that. And it also helps with the search algorithm, and we want more people to join us on this crazy adventure. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.